All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Akak, Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. As you see, another threat of the EMP, which will happen because it happened back in ancient Egypt. The Lord called this place spiritual Egypt. And so, think about an EMP. I really want people to think about this. All your comforts is gone. One day. Famine. Dollar crashing because it ain't going to be no banking. Transportation. No more transportation. No more heating and cooling. No more farming. No more entertainment. Like, you're going to be stuck. It's going to be dark out here. Do you understand that? You already have sleeper cells over here. You have the UN peacekeepers. They have night vision goggles. You don't. A lot of killing, a lot of death is going to happen. Also on top of the famine. EMP can bring all these things that we read about. People dying by the sword, people dying by famine, people going into captivity, because people can grab you out of your house when it's pitch black. The military I'm talking about. So these things are going to happen. I only got a few scriptures to get just to prove the point. But let's listen to him talk.
Some are sounding the alarm on a so-called solar superstorm that could, and this is important, underline the word could.
It's not could, it's going to happen because of scripture.
Actually wipe out the internet for weeks or even months.
Now, months, right? Now, for like the past year, you've been having videos of people talking about the EMP, and they talking about wiping out 300 million, 90% of the population of America if they do an EMP for 6 to 9 months. See, this is why the elite have underground cities. They have generators. They're not going to be up here with all the chaos. So it's going to get real out here. And if you do not have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you're toast. All right.
If it were to occur, it might take a decade for us to recover. Some of the destruction of communication infrastructure could bring about the end of the internet.
And they would never do away with the internet. What they would do, they would cause the EMP, have it off for a while, however long they want it to be off, for they can depop. All right. 'Cause that's what it's all about. Maintaining, humanity to a certain number. And remember, you got something called Build Back Better. So, yeah, they'll do away with this internet, but they have something even more stronger. It's called quantum internet, which they say is 1,000,000 times, billion times more faster and reliable than that, the G5 and all of that and stuff like that. But because they want everybody on a grid, because after, the EMP and then they put the new system, in place, they're going to want you to be connected to that system. All right. So, all of this is just to bring forth, chaos, perplexity, as the scripture says, which means to be without hope, to be without resources, not knowing which way to turn. All these things will happen. Matter of fact, it says, Exodus 10:21, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai said unto Moses, stretch out your hand towards heaven, and that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. So it's going to be thick darkness out here. All right. You're going to be seeing apparitions and everything. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon 17, read it yourself. It talks about when it was dark, how the apparitions and the sounds was terrifying the Egyptians. The Lord said that he's going to smite Egypt with plagues before. So you're going to be seeing apparitions. All right. They already claimed it were 12-foot aliens in Miami last week, and people really was like, shit, I really seen it. Could be Project Bluebeam, but at the end of the day, Esau is the Lord's sword. He controlled him. So it says, and Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. And it's going to be way longer than 3. But guess what? Say if it is 3. Those 3 days, a lot of chaos is going to ensue. But it's going to be more than 3 days, But it said they saw not one another, because ain't nobody that been talking about the EMP is talking about it's only going to be 3 days. The earliest one I heard was like a couple of weeks, but everybody would talk about months. So it said they saw not one another, neither arose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling. So guess what? That represents the elect on this go around. The elect is going to have the light, because we're going to have wisdom and knowledge and stability of our times through Yahweh Shai. All right. And also, if it is dark, the Lord will literally give us light. Because angels, remember, Daniel's 12:1 said that Michael the archangel is going to have to fight for us. Let me get out of here.
They are hopeful that.
And Eve looked through. She wanted to be a white woman so bad. She looked like a demon. She looked scary. This woman scares me. All right. And because she got contacts and they don't look right. She looked like if a demon. Never mind. Let me stop.
They can stop this.
Yes.
But this is a real possibility.
Yeah.
That we won't have internet for months.
All that damn horse hair and the fucking Archie ass. Man, let me stop. Stay in the spirit.
Scientists, some are sound.
But yeah, so like I said, I got a couple more scriptures and we're gonna end the video. But this will show you that these things are gonna happen. So it said, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. So imagine when that do happen. Israel is going to be the number one target. Everybody going to be trying to get their hands on the so-called black man. And of course, yes, Israelites and Native Americans, that y'all Israelites too, but the head are the so-called black man. So if you look like a so-called black man, even if you a Gadite, they ain't looking at you like a Gadite. They looking at you like an African American. All right. So they everybody gonna be trying to get at Judah. They gonna blame. Look, they probably gonna blame Judah for the damn EMP. You know what I'm saying? So you already know. Most of us are mingled together in these cities. Esau, Edom, been waiting to get their hand on Jake. So there's a lot of things gonna be happening. I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretch out arm. That's Jeremiah 16:14, the second deliverance. But before that happened, a lot of chaos got to ensue. And smite Egypt with plagues as before. So we just read about a plague when the Lord caused darkness to come over the land for 3 days. In ancient Egypt, spiritual Egypt, America, it's going to happen again. And before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. That's the missiles. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Now, if an EMP, or not if, when the EMP do come, guess what's going to happen? A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. Like, how are you going to move? First of all, it's going to be dark. It's going, as they call it, it's going to look like the Stone Age out here. All right. You're going to have military officials everywhere. People are going to be so perplexed. And guess what? As it says, and matter of fact, let's get it. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So the reason that the Lord, matter of fact, 2 Esdras 8:50, many great miseries shall happen to them in the later time because they have walked in great pride. Many great miseries. Do you understand the EMP? That could cause many great miseries. Just that alone. Now, anybody who ever power went out, let's say for 6 or 7 hours, the first thing you think about, man, all that food in the refrigerator going to go bad. That's the first thing you think about. All right. And then if you're really so in tune with, the social media and the entertainment, you need it. You going crazy. Your ass sitting in the house with no power. And that's only for, some hours. Imagine for days. All right. If you do have food, it is going to spoil. Remember, EMP, don't matter if you have an electric stove or a gas stove. It still need electricity. You ain't going to be able to cook anything. So it's going to get real out here. And it said, man should have no pity upon his neighbor. Ain't nobody gonna be friends in that day. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and great tribulation. Everybody is gonna be fending for themselves, the survival of the fittest. Women, you're gonna be getting ravished in that day. You're gonna be getting ate in that day. All right, because you're the weaker vessel. And you women gonna be eating y'all children. I think that's Lamentation 4. I'm gonna end it on this. It said, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. So you better hope that, one of the military men put one between the eyes than for you to starve out. That'd be the best way for you to go. But the Lord said, whoever escaped the sword, the famine gonna get. Whoever escaped the famine, the sword gonna get. So it's really no way out. But you better hope it's the sword. All right. These hands of the hands of the pitiful women have sought in their own children. That means you boiled your children, man. It's about to get real out here. So all the hee laughing, scoffing, thinking everything is a joke. We're going to see how it turned out for you. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Yahweh have accomplished his fury. He have poured out his fierce anger. He have kindled a fire in Zion and have devoured the foundations thereof. So these are the things that the Lord's going to allow this devil to bring, aka Jacob's trouble. And the beloved apostle Tahar coined this year the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And it seemed like it might be the case because we only in January, and it's turning up from day one all the way into now. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai and Shalom.